15 habits that keep people broke.
Money doesn't just happen to people. Over time, it flows toward certain habits and quietly runs away from others. Most people think the gap between rich and poor is all about luck, inheritance, or talent. Those things matter, but there's something far more dangerous and far more common. Everyday habits that slowly lock you into a life you never wanted. In this video, we're going to walk through 15 habits that keep people broke. Habits the rich avoid like the plague. This is not about judging anyone's worth as a person. It's about behavior, the things we do on autopilot that either build our future or bury it. If you recognize yourself in any of these, don't get defensive. Get curious, because every habit you spot is one you can change. Let's begin.
They treat entertainment like a full-time job. Broke people don't just watch TV or scroll social media. They live there. Hours disappear in Netflix marathons, reaction videos, gossip, reality shows, endless scrolling. The problem isn't entertainment itself. It's the ratio. The rich use screens as tools. They watch tutorials, interviews, business breakdowns. They binge knowledge. The broke use screens as sedatives. They binge escape. Every hour spent consuming someone else's life is an hour not spent building your own. You don't have to quit entertainment, but if you're consuming more than you're creating, money will always feel scarce.
They eat like their future doesn't matter. You can't build a wealthy life in a body that's constantly crashing. Cheap fast food, soda, processed snacks, they're everywhere, and they feel convenient when you're tired or stressed. But there's a hidden cost: low energy, brain fog, bad sleep, and long-term health problems. Rich people know their body is their main asset. You can't negotiate deals, spot opportunities, or do deep work if you're half asleep from sugar and grease. You don't need a private chef to eat better. Start by learning a few simple meals, drinking more water, and cutting back on the junk. More clarity equals better decisions equals better money.
Broke people buy whatever is on sale instead of what they actually need. Broke people walk into a store and ask, "What's cheap?" Rich people ask, "What's worth paying for?" Chasing discounts on things you never needed in the first place is still overspending. A good deal on something useless is still a bad decision. The wealthy love a discount too, but mainly on assets, businesses, stocks, real estate, equipment that makes more money. If your closet is full of bargains and your bank account is empty, the math is simple. You're saving pennies on things that drain dollars.
They sleep in on their dreams too. This isn't about whether you're a morning person. It's about whether you control your day or your day controls you. Broke people often wake up late, rush, react, and feel behind from the moment they open their eyes. They start the day stressed and end it exhausted, with no time left for growth. Most high performers, rich or on their way there, take ownership of their mornings. They use that time to think, plan, learn, and push their goals forward before the world starts asking for things. You don't have to wake up at 4 a.m., but if you never give your dreams the first hour of the day, they'll always come last.
They're superfans of everyone else's success. Sports, celebrities, influencers, broke people know everything about them. Stats, drama, rankings, gossip. Again, nothing wrong with enjoying sports or entertainment. The problem is when you're more invested in other people's wins than in your own. You're screaming at a TV, arguing online, and memorizing player stats while knowing almost nothing about your own financial stats. The rich might love sports too, but they understand the difference between being a spectator and being a player. If all your passion is going toward games you don't play, you'll stay on the bench in real life. They neglect their appearance and hygiene. This isn't about expensive clothes or designer brands. It's about self-respect and social impact. People who are always unkempt, smelling bad, or clearly not taking care of themselves send an unconscious signal to the world: I don't value myself very much. Most jobs, deals, and opportunities happen between people. If people don't feel comfortable around you, they won't recommend you, hire you, or partner with you. Wealthy people know they are their own walking business card. You don't need luxury. You need clean, neat, intentional. The cheapest upgrade to your net worth? A shower, a haircut, clean clothes, and a bit of effort. They blame everyone and everything. Broke people often have a long list of villains: the government, their boss, the economy, their ex, their parents, rich people, society. Sometimes those forces really are unfair. But rich people and future rich people share one belief: I can't control everything, but I am responsible for my response. When something goes wrong, the broke mind asks, whose fault is this? The wealthy mind asks, what can I learn from this? What do I need to change? How do I prevent this next time? Blame feels good short term. Responsibility feels heavy, but it's the only thing that gives you power.
They don't build a safety net. For many people, one unexpected bill can collapse everything. A car repair, a medical issue, a job loss. No savings, no cushion. Instant panic. Wealthy people treat their emergency fund like a non-negotiable bill. Even when they had little, they set aside something, $10, $20, whatever they could. Why? Because money saved equals options. No money equals desperation. And desperation leads to terrible decisions. You don't become rich by accident. You also don't become broke by accident. Both are built over time. Tiny choices repeated.
They use debt to feel rich instead of get rich. Credit cards and loans aren't evil. They're tools. Poor habits turn them into weapons, pointed at your own future. Broke people swipe credit for things that lose value the second they buy them. Latest phone, flashy clothes, nights out, gadgets. Rich people use debt carefully, usually to buy assets, businesses, property, equipment, inventory that produces cash. Here's a simple rule. If it doesn't make more money than it costs, don't finance it. Earn it first. Otherwise, you're renting a lifestyle you can't afford from a bank that always wins.
They start families they aren't ready to support. Kids are beautiful. They're also very expensive in time, energy, attention, and money. Broke people often have children by accident, too early, or without a basic plan. Then they spend the next 18+ years trying to survive under pressure that never had to exist. Wealthy people usually delay kids until they have some stability, a safe place to live, some savings, some emotional maturity, and a basic roadmap for the future. You can be a great parent at any income level, but pretending kids don't change the math is one of the fastest ways to stay broke and stressed.
They avoid health checkups until it's a crisis. I feel fine. I'll go to the doctor when something is wrong. That's how a lot of people think. The problem? When something is obviously wrong,
it's often much more expensive and harder to fix. Wealthy people think in prevention. They get regular checkups, blood work, dental care. It costs a bit now to avoid a disaster later. Broke habits ignore issues until they explode, in health and in money. Then everything is urgent, painful, and unaffordable. If you wouldn't ignore a strange noise in your car engine, don't ignore one in your own body. You only get one. They spend money before they earn it. This one quietly ruins more lives than almost anything else. Broke people mentally spend their next paycheck before it arrives. They commit to payments, subscriptions, installments, and lifestyle based on future money that isn't guaranteed. Then, when something changes, hours cut, emergency hits, bill shows up, the whole structure collapses. Rich people do the opposite. They live below their current income and upgrade slowly, only when it's safe. If you can't afford it in cash without fear, you probably can't afford it. They surround themselves with people who hold them down. You've heard it. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If your 5 closest people complain all day, have no goals, laugh at ambition, and sabotage any attempt to improve, what are the odds you break out? Poor habits love company. It feels safer when everyone around you is also stuck. Wealthy people are intentional about their circle. They seek out people who are building, learning, experimenting, growing. You don't need to ditch all your friends, but you do need to audit your environment. If you're the most driven person in the room, you're in the wrong room. They never ship their ideas. Everyone has ideas. Broke people keep them in their heads forever. I'm working on something. I'll start when things calm down. I have a great idea for an app, a business, a channel, a brand. But nothing gets launched. No prototype, no post, no product, no email, no test. Rich people and future rich people ship ugly and refine later. They start small, get feedback, adjust, and keep going. You don't fail because your idea didn't work. You fail because your idea never left the safety of your imagination. They expect rescue instead of taking responsibility. This is the most dangerous habit of all. Broke people secretly believe, someone should help me. The system should change. Rich people should give back. My family should support me. And yes, systems can be unfair. Help is real. But waiting for rescue is a guaranteed way to stay stuck. Rich people assume the opposite. No one is coming, it's on me. That mindset sounds harsh at first, but it's incredibly freeing. Because if no one is coming, it means you are the hero of your story. You can ask for help. You can accept support, but you never depend on it. If you recognized yourself in any of these 15 points, that doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you normal. The difference between normal and exceptional isn't where you start. It's what you do next. The rich don't avoid these habits because they're rich. They got rich or stay rich because they avoid these habits. So, here's your challenge. Pick one habit from this list that hit you the hardest. Not 5, not 10, just 1. Write it down, decide what the opposite behavior is, and commit to living that opposite every day for the next 30 days. Then, come back and tell your own story. Because the truth is simple. You are not stuck. You're just one new habit away from a completely different life.